Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Before jumping into today's Vlogmas video, be sure to click that subscribe button. We are trying to reach 5K, hopefully by the end of this year, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would choose to join the family. As crazy as it is to say out loud, we only have a few days left of 2020 before the new year, so I thought in today's video I would talk about my best purchases of the year. I wouldn't necessarily call this a favorites video because there are so many things that I have loved throughout the year, but if I really had to look at everything that I spent my money on this year, these would have to be the best investments and the best purchases. Now, because I'm talking about what products and what items truly made a difference in my year, a lot of these are, I guess, more big ticket items and they were quite the financial investment. I purchased a lot of things this year ranging in various different price points, so I don't want you guys to think that I only spend my money on really expensive items. There just happen to be quite a few in today's video. I'm gonna have everything linked down below though. I'm gonna try and go in somewhat of an order, so without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so first I want to talk about some beauty items that for me really made a difference this year. The first of which is hopefully no surprise to you guys, and that is my Curology prescription. So I've been on Curology now since February, so almost a full year, and I cannot tell you guys what a difference this has made in my skin. I've made quite a few videos featuring Curology, and I actually made one about my first 30 days on Curology and my overall experience. So I don't want to harp too much on this, but it was such a worthy investment. I feel like my skin has just transformed this year. I have some of the best skin that I've ever had in my life. And I really like all of Curology's products, their face wash, their face moisturizer, but the standout has to be the custom formula. Because I feel like my skin has really been A+ recently, you guys know I have been absolutely loving the kind of no makeup look, your skin but better. I purchased this makeup item a few months ago, and when I was putting together this video, I knew that I had to mention this. This is the Glossier Skin Tint. I did not expect for this little guy to truly become one of my loves for the year. Anytime that I'm not doing a full glam or anytime that I'm not filming, so like today I have something a little bit more full coverage on, but on just a typical day, this is what I'm wearing. It gives such a beautiful natural finish. It looks wonderful even on combo to oily skin. Even though it doesn't have a ton of coverage, it still definitely does something to the skin, and I've just, like I said, I've been completely in love with it. For me, I just feel like this is one of the easiest kind of like one and done products there is, and it definitely, for me, lives up to the hype. The last beauty item is something that I can't actually show in today's video, but I've definitely talked about it in quite a few of my vlogs, and that is investing in laser hair removal. So about 4 months ago, I started doing laser hair removal sessions for my underarms. My hair is very dark, it's pretty thick, and I had noticed just from shaving so often in my underarm area, my skin had started getting a little darker. And so I wanted to kind of see if laser hair removal would work for me. I was definitely a little bit like cautiously optimistic just because my hair is so dark, but oh my gosh, I'm only on my 4th session and the results have been literally insane. My skin is so smooth, it looks bright. I'm seriously so excited for next summer when I'm just like wearing tank tops every single day and feeling like my absolute best. And I thought it was gonna be like crazy expensive, but it was actually like a really reasonable price. If you live in New York City, I would highly recommend where I go. I go to this place called Satori Laser. They have locations like all over New York. I believe I purchased an introductory like 6-pack and it was about $160. I have friends who go to other laser spas where literally like one session is $160. And obviously everybody's results are going to be different. We're all different individuals, but I would definitely recommend trying it if it's something you've been considering. If you live in New York, definitely check out Satori Laser, and I believe if you tell them that like I referred you, I think you get a percentage off or something. If they ask who referred you, you can just say Ruby Locknar, and I think that there's some sort of perk, but it's not sponsored at all. It's literally like what they do for all of their customers. As far as fashion, I actually don't have any clothing items to include in today's video. I feel like we've all pretty much just been living in like athleisure and loungewear, so there wasn't anything like super special to me, and the things that I found myself wearing over and over again were things that I purchased back in 2019. However, there is a pair of shoes that I want to mention, and those are my Nike Metcon 3s. You guys know I am just a fitness junkie. I work out 5 to 6 days a week, and even though the gyms have been closed for quite a while here due to the pandemic, I definitely didn't like get lax at all when it came to my workout routine. In fact, I feel like it's motivated me even more because I'm at home more, I'm sitting more, I'm working from home, and so making sure I get that, you know, hour to hour and a half of working out in is really important to me. I invested in these shoes a few months ago, and honestly, these are the best workout shoes, training shoes that I have ever tried. I have really narrow feet, and so I just love the make of these. They really like contour the foot, they hug the ankle really, really nicely, so if you're doing a weightlifting session, these are awesome. I've done HIIT workouts in these. I also just like love the way that they look. Definitely love these though. I've actually already thought about purchasing like another color just because these to me are just the best gym shoes, and I'm so glad that I found them, but I'm disappointed that I didn't find them sooner. And that also leads me perfectly into my next best purchase of 2020, and those are my Bala bangles. Now I know I only purchased these like 3 months ago, so they are still somewhat new to me in the grand scheme of things, but honestly, they have quickly just become such a love, especially because like I said, all I'm doing is home workouts right now. If you guys didn't know, I feel like I've talked about these in so many videos, it's not even funny, but Bala basically makes these really fashionable and very trendy wrist and ankle weights. They come in a ton of different colors, they're adjustable. I was really worried that for somebody like me who has very small bony wrists, they wouldn't work, but they fit perfectly. I love using these for Pilates, for yoga, when I'm doing an arm section in a cycling class on my bike. They are just the best. I literally use these almost every single day, and I think that's how you know that you've really picked out something that was worth it. I've recommended these to so many friends. I bought quite a few pairs of these as Christmas presents for friends and family, so I just can't rave about these enough. And I also recently bought their 3-pound dumbbells as well. Those have definitely become a love for me as well, but I just got them like 4 weeks ago, so I felt kind of weird about including those. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about some tech items. I feel like 2020 was the year that I had to upgrade a lot of my tech items and also had to purchase quite a few new ones. I've already made a video about this item and how much I love it, so hopefully it won't come again as too much of a surprise, but if you're just seeing my face for the first time, I did think that this was worth mentioning. My Kindle Oasis. Where would I be without this little guy? I got this back in October because I'm such a big reader and I was tired of accumulating all of these like hard copies of books and not really knowing what to do with them afterwards, and so I invested in this. I am so glad that I did. Again, this is an item that I use almost every single day. I'd say I read off of this probably like 5 days a week. It's so light, it's so convenient. Again, once we're able to be traveling again, this is something that's always going to be in my carry-on bag. I just can't recommend it enough. I love all of the features. If you want to hear more about why I picked the Kindle Oasis versus like the other styles and models, I'll have that video linked down below. It was one of like my top performing videos this year, so obviously a lot of you guys are interested in this product, so could not recommend it enough. Just wanted to say on here one more time, I give it 2 thumbs up, and I love it. 2020 was also the year that I finally started my podcast About You with Ruby Locknar. I know that so many of you guys listen every single week, which truly just makes me so happy, and I am so grateful. When I finally decided to start my podcast because I had a lot of extra time on my hands, I had gone back and forth when deciding what mic to get for my podcast. I feel like I looked at literally 20 different microphone models and I read so many reviews. In the end, I ended up going with the blue Snowball mic, and I am so glad that I did. I currently have a pop screen over mine because I was actually recording a podcast earlier this morning, and this just helps make it so that like my P's don't pop as much when you're speaking into the mic, but the actual microphone is right underneath. Anyways, I love this so much because A, it was super cost effective, but it's also such an easy, no fuss setup. It literally comes with this like tripod stand, so it's so easy to just set on your desk, and it's also a USB mic. So it plugs directly into your computer. It is just so incredibly easy. As long as you really know how to work it, I think you can get a really good sound out of this for something that was so inexpensive. So if you're somebody who's been thinking of starting a podcast, or if you're a YouTuber who's been looking for a new mic to do voiceovers with, if you just want something simple, easy, that gets the job done, this is it. This was also the year that I finally had to purchase a new laptop, and it was definitely the most costly purchase of the year besides like rent. I had had my previous MacBook Pro for about 5 or 6 years, and I knew that getting a new one was going to make a difference, but but I didn't realize how much of a difference and how much I needed to make that upgrade. And so my 16-inch MacBook Pro was definitely one of my best purchases of 2020. This was probably tied for #1. If you guys didn't know, I actually run my own online producing business, and that is what I do as my full-time job alongside with my YouTube channel. So needless to say, I am always working off of a computer. I'm always working off of my laptop, and this thing is just the best. It is so fast. It's perfect for video editing. I love the screen size. I'm so happy that I went with the 16-inch because in my opinion, when it comes to a screen size, bigger is always better. My case, by the way, is from Amazon. I will link it down below as long as I remember, but I really like it. It's super protective. And sticking with the Apple theme, the final item that I wanted to mention in today's video is my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Again, a new iPhone is something that I had not purchased in quite a few years. I still had my iPhone 8 Plus. I believe it was about 3 years old. It was still going strong, but I definitely knew it was time to make a big girl purchase and get that upgrade. I am so glad I did. I have never enjoyed a phone so much in my life, which I know sounds really funny to say. Everything about this upgrade though, I love. I was worried that I wasn't going to love the fact that my new phone didn't have a home button. Honestly now, I don't even care. It doesn't bother me at all. The camera is also so amazing. I feel like this has helped me already so much when it comes to stepping up my social media game. And that's honestly one of the reasons that I wanted to get this new phone, is because I just needed a camera that was up to par with the cameras I was using for filming YouTube videos. And so I feel like my Instagram just looks so much more legitimate now. I'm really trying to make sure that I put as much time, effort, and energy into my Instagram as I am my YouTube channel. And I feel like just having this phone, it's so much faster, the camera's so much better, it has just been such a help. And I'm not somebody who gets the new phone every single year. I typically hold on to my iPhones for anywhere from 3 to 4 years. So I know that this is something that I am going to love and appreciate for quite a while. But there you guys have it. Those were my best purchases of 2020 in my opinion. Obviously there are probably a few more things that I could have mentioned, but when it came to like what were my top can't live without, these were them. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and also click that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are trying to reach 5K hopefully by the end of this year. We only have a few days left, so it's like the final push. So if you haven't subscribed already, I would just really appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on all of my other social media networks. I'm active on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast. Check out my Amazon shop. The links are always in the down bar below. I love you all so much. I hope that you guys are staying safe, happy, and healthy, and just having the best holiday season. And I will see you guys again tomorrow for yet another day of Vlogmas. Okay? Bye everybody.